On Monday night, it was confirmed the USA would not be making it out of the 2024 Copa America group stages, becoming the first host nation to never advance to the knockout stages. It's not necessarily a record you want to be associated with, but it's also not necessarily a surprise because everything around the US men's national team has been negativity over the last 2 or 3 years. And most of that negativity has surrounded their manager, Greg Berhalter, who has had 2 separate spells as US manager. He ended up leaving his position after the 2022 World Cup and then returned 8 months later in August. This video, put simple, is just going to be me criticizing him and probably everyone else associated with the US men's national team. If you do enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. So let's start with the most recent thing, the Copa America. They're drawn into a group where they'll face Uruguay, Panama and Bolivia. They're not expected to top the group. Uruguay are a very good team. They're in really good form. But even when they're not expected to top the group, they're definitely expected to get out of the group because also on paper, they're definitely better than both Panama and Bolivia. The opening game of Copa America, they face Bolivia. They win 2-0, goals from Pulisic and Balogun. They have 20 shots in total, 61% possession. It's a fairly comfortable game, but against Bolivia, that is to be expected. The US go into their second group stage game against Panama still as favourites, but this game certainly wasn't comfortable. Timothy Weah was sent off in the 18th minute, but the US still managed to take the lead thanks to Balogun. They quickly lost their lead after 4 minutes. Panama would then score in the 83rd minute and then have a player sent off in the 88th. In the game, the US had 26% possession throughout. I know they had a numerical disadvantage for the majority, but that still is fairly poor considering a win would have guaranteed the US a spot in the knockout stages. But the US and Berhalter were all seemingly content with the idea of getting a draw, but they ended up losing the game, leaving it all up to play for the final day, hoping Bolivia would either get a miracle versus Panama or the US would have to go out and get a result against Marcelo Bielsa's Uruguay. So going into this game that will most likely be a must win, you're expecting the US to completely go all out to try and beat Uruguay. How do they do it? Well, they don't. They get a total of 0.49 XG across the 90 minutes, creating one big chance, and that's literally it. The US showed little to no desire to actually win that game, and so that brings an end to the US's Copa America campaign. And that match against Uruguay really just summed up Berhalter's time as US manager. A resilient defense, fair enough. They only conceded 1 goal against a good Uruguay side, but a team that really isn't able to create many chances or break down defenses, and really showed an inability to score goals. And then of course something that definitely captured headlines in the Uruguay match, just before Uruguay scored their goals, Berhalter signals to his players 1-1, which was the score at the time in the Panama-Bolivia game, which is just a complete loser's mentality, isn't it? The US players should have their full focus on beating Uruguay. They should be under the assumption that they have to win that match, but no, Berhalter signals that they're getting help from Bolivia, which probably made a few of the US players switch off. Then literal seconds later, Uruguay score. Berhalter, put simply, is just not a good coach. He's clearly not able to get the best out of these US players in what has arguably been the best generation of US men's national team players. In his time as manager, both spells, so since 2018, he has had wins over 2 nations that are ranked in the top 32, a 1-0 friendly versus Ecuador, and then a couple of victories over Mexico. Other than that, it's been draws or losses. Admittedly, the FIFA World Rankings aren't entirely accurate because according to them, Germany are the 16th best team in the world, Mexico are the 15th best team, and the US are the 11th best team. But even if they aren't entirely accurate, it definitely shows his inability to get results against the top nations. It's all well and good getting results in North America, beating Jamaica and Canada, but in the Copa America, they failed to get results, and if he's still the manager in the 2026 World Cup, which he shouldn't be, they'll probably continue to do the same. Berhalter must be fired. He should have never been rehired in the first place. It really made no sense. If he's not fired, it just shows the incompetence of the boards and just everyone around US soccer right now, and hopefully he won't be looking for a new job anytime soon, because in my research for this video, I found that he has Irish heritage, and Ireland have been looking for a manager for about 8 months, and if we hire him, we will well and truly be finished, even more than we already are. So that was a brief discussion about the mess that is the US men's national team. Let me know what you thought of in the comments. Will Berhalter keep his job? You would think not. Let me know what you think. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like. If you did enjoy, subscribe if you are new. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.